Please like the video and share it so that it reaches many more people and you get sawaba, or rewards from Allah. This could be a sawabe jariyah or continuous reward for you long after you are gone.
Volume 2, Book 23, number 448. Narrated by Anas bin Malik. A funeral procession passed and the people praised the deceased. The Prophet said, "It has been affirmed to him." Then another funeral procession passed and the people spoke badly of the deceased. The Prophet said, "It has been affirmed to him." Umar bin al-Khattab asked, Allah's Apostle, P.B. U.H. what has been affirmed? He replied, "You praised this, so paradise has been affirmed to him. And you spoke badly of this, so hell has been affirmed to him. You people are Allah's witnesses on earth." Volume 2, Book 23, number 449. Narrated by Abu al-Aswad. I came to Medina when an epidemic had broken out. While I was sitting with Umar bin al-Khattab, a funeral procession passed by and the people praised the deceased. Umar said, "It has been affirmed to him." And another funeral procession passed by and the people praised the deceased. Umar said, "It has been affirmed to him." A third funeral procession passed by and the people spoke badly of the deceased. He said, "It has been affirmed to him." I, Abu al-Aswad, asked, "O chief of the believers, what has been affirmed?" He replied, "I said the same as the Prophet had said, that is, if 4 persons testify the piety of a Muslim, Allah will grant him paradise." We asked, "If 3 persons testify his piety?" He, the Prophet, replied, "Even 3. Then we asked, "If 2? He replied, "Even 2. We did not ask him regarding 1 witness. Volume 2, Book 23, number 450. Narrated by Al-Bara bin Azib. The Prophet, P.B. U.H. said, "When a faithful believer is made to sit in his grave, then the angels come to him and he testifies that none has the right to be worshipped but Allah and Muhammad is Allah's apostle. And that corresponds to Allah's statement, Allah will keep firm those who believe with the word that stands firm." 14.27. Volume 2, Book 23, number 451. Narrated by Shubar. Same as above and added, Allah will keep firm those who believe. 14.27 was revealed concerning the punishment of the grave. Volume 2, Book 23, number 452. Narrated by Ibn Umar. The Prophet looked at the people of the well in which the bodies of the pagans killed in the battle of Badr were thrown, and said, "Have you found true what your Lord promised you?" Somebody said to him, "You are addressing dead people." He replied, "You do not hear better than they, but they cannot reply." Volume 2, Book 23, number 453. Narrated by Aisha. The Prophet said, "They now realize that what I used to tell them was the truth." And Allah said, "Verily, you cannot make the dead to hear, i.e. benefit them, and similarly the disbelievers, nor can you make the deaf hear." 27.80. Volume 2, Book 23, number 454. Narrated by Masruq. Aisha said that a Jewess came to her and mentioned the punishment in the grave, saying to her, "May Allah protect you from the punishment of the grave." Aisha then asked Allah's Apostle about the punishment of the grave. He said, "Yes, there is punishment in the grave." Aisha added, "After that I never saw Allah's Apostle but seeking refuge with Allah from the punishment in the grave in every prayer he prayed." Volume 2, Book 23, number 455. Narrated by Asma bint Abi Bakr. Allah's apostle once stood up delivering a sermon and mentioned the trial which people will face in the grave. When he mentioned that, the Muslims started shouting loudly. Volume 2, Book 23, number 456. Narrated by Anas bin Malik. Allah's apostle said, when Allah's slave is put in his grave and his companions return and he even hears their footsteps, 2 angels come to him and make him sit and ask, what did you use to say about this man, i.e. Muhammad? The faithful believer will say, I testify that he is Allah's slave and his apostle. Then they will say to him, look at your place in the hell fire. Allah has given you a place in paradise instead of it. So he will see both his places. Qatada said, we were informed that his grave would be made spacious. Then Qatada went back to the narration of Anas, who said winking face. Whereas a hypocrite or a non-believer will be asked, what did you use to say about this man? He will reply, I do not know. But I used to say what the people used to say. So they will say to him, neither did you know nor did you take the guidance, by reciting the Quran. Then he will be hit with iron hammers once, that he will send such a cry as everything near to him will hear, except jinns and human beings. See Hadith number 422. Volume 2, Book 23, number 457. Narrated by Abi Ayyub. Once the Prophet went out after sunset and heard a dreadful voice, and said, the Jews are being punished in their graves. Volume 2, Book 23, number 458. Narrated by Musa bin Uqba. From the daughter of Khalid bin Sa'id bin al-Asi, who said that she had heard the Prophet seeking refuge with Allah from the punishment in the grave. Volume 2, Book 23, number 459. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. Allah's apostle used to invoke, Allah, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min, adabi el-Kaaba, wa min, adabi nnar, wa min fitnati el-mahya wa lmamat, wa min fitnati el-masih ad-dajjal. O Allah, I seek refuge with you from the punishment in the grave and from the punishment in the hell fire and from the afflictions of life and death, and the afflictions of al-Masih ad-Dajjal. Volume 2, Book 23, number 460. Narrated by Ibn Abbas. The Prophet once passed by 2 graves and said, the deceased persons in those graves, are being tortured not for a great thing to avoid. And then added, yes, they are being punished for a big sin. For one of them used to go about with calumnies, while the other never saved himself from being soiled with his urine. Ibn Abbas added, then he took a green leaf of a date palm, and split it into 2 pieces and fixed 1 piece on each grave and said, may their punishment be abated till these 2 pieces get dry. Volume 2, Book 23, number 461. Narrated by Abdullah bin Umar. Allah's apostle said, when any one of you dies, he is shown his place both in the morning and in the evening. If he is one of the people of paradise, he is shown his place in it, and if he is from the people of the hell fire, he is shown his place therein. Then it is said to him, this is your place till Allah resurrect you on the day of resurrection.